This is Tell It John the Don,
I'm Big Skoom, everybody.
and this is Skoom Speech.
All right. So, before we had this, you wanted me to come up with some sort of questions type things. I kind of went for topics.
Okay,
Ish.
good deal.
First one is a good one, and it is pride. I want to talk about pride because I know the Bible mentions pride.
Yeah.
Obviously, right, I have a whole bunch of probably different opinions on pride. But before I do, check this out. This is good. This is another quote I heard. It actually relates to Avatar again, The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
But basically, pride is like the opposite of shame. Or like, you feel shame, or the things that you feel shame about, you like use pride to like run away from.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, to start off with that, doesn't it make it a good thing? Right? Well, because a lot of people say pride's bad, and of course you get all extreme, anything's bad.
Right. Everything is extreme, right?
But if there's shame on one side,
Yeah.
right, no one wants to be in the shame area.
Right.
So of course it makes sense to start leaning or walking towards the pride side.
Yeah. Then what was your question?
It was just the topic pride itself.
Right. But you were saying it's a good thing?
Well, that's I like to debate. So yeah, because most people say, oh, pride's bad.
Well, maybe
Pride comes before the fall.
Right.
Religion stuff.
But what if pride gives you a standard to not go below a certain point?
So you're saying another reason why pride could be good?
Well, it could be good, yeah, because, well, I'm prideful about my room staying clean.
Yeah.
Well, there's pride there, hands down. No debate about that.
Yeah.
You walk in my room and it's spotless. Why? Because I'm prideful about how clean my room is, and that's a standard I'm not willing to bargain with.
All right.
Yeah, that's
All right.
pride. It's a form of pride. I don't think that pride has to be braggadocious and boastful like that.
All right. Well, then how could pride be bad? I guess it's pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it can be kind of a blinding light, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're so far off from pride land. You know, you're neglecting. You know.
Or you could be
faults.
so prideful you're no longer humble,
Yeah.
and that's when it's a problem, in my opinion. I just don't like you. I don't like it when people are not humble. Humility is something to me that says a lot about a person.
How's being humble defined? Because that's defined in like many different ways.
Well, humility comes up in the Bible. How is it defined?
Well, what does it mean to you?
Just the idea that you're not better than anybody else. You react the same way when you stub your toe as I do.
Okay.
You know, what makes you feel happy would also make me feel happy. And it's humility to understand and agree with that. What makes you feel upset is also the same things that will make me upset too.
Here's another thing
Yeah.
that I heard from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Being humble is being humble is like knowing like where you fit, like I don't know, but in the world or in the group or in the area, the environment that you're in, just knowing where you fit, knowing something to do with that. Is that
being humble is knowing where you fit?
something like that? Yeah. Or like, I mean.
I would like to unpack this because that's a lot there.
Well, it is kind of all-encompassing. It's almost like, when you know where you fit, you should know your strengths and your weaknesses.
When you know where you fit, though, you could also become prideful. Like, oh, I know I belong here, so no one's going to kick me off my stoop.
Well, I feel like to know where you fit, because we have to be talking about the environment, the only way you could truly know where you fit in your environment is getting some feedback from your environment. Or else you don't really know.
Unless you don't really know.
Yeah, well, because then, you wouldn't really know. Like you said, let's say someone's walking in all prideful. but for example, all people do is disrespect them.
Yeah.
Then they should know. Hey, well, I obviously aren't. So yeah, the only way you can know is by looking at the environment, seeing the feedback you get,
Yeah.
and then
stepping back a little bit and saying, what do I see in this group that I see in myself? And now we have a humble level of respect and other things that come along with it.
I wonder, let's say you're getting the disrespect in your environment, or maybe not the respect that you want. Should you just learn to be comfortable with that? I mean, because maybe you should, because right, you can't change other people and change the whole environment. If you're
their perspective of you.
So I guess
you can't really change that either.
Yeah.
Someone else's perspective of you is probably always going to be that, and then you can make yourself look like a bugger trying to go above too much to get their respect, or you can just say, what's it matter, and give up. You can't do that. That's never a good option, right?
I never really thought about this kind of deeply, because what do you do? I mean, it goes back to what? Do you just not care what people think? But I don't know, if you did in that situation, how could you not feel like depressed or sad about yourself?
Right.
Like everyone's just disrespecting you, but you tell yourself you don't care, you just get all the disrespect.
Boom, that's a cop-out.
So what should they do?
Just saying I don't care about whatever is a cop-out. And I'm guilty of it. Sometimes I do it. I'd be like, oh yeah, they think I'm never going to amount to what they want me to. Who cares?
But then
it's a cop-out.
But then there's the fine line of, but you can't really change how they perceive you anyways.
Exactly. So now
what do you do?
Now are you in the wrong circle of people? I think
Hold up. Because what does that mean? People should just respect you for no reason?
No.
So then what?
Well, how do you gain it, I guess? Well,
you're in the wrong circle of people.
Yeah. But I don't think that's a problem if you go to those people that you're in.
Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. I'll edit it out. So. So. You were like, if you're in an environment, you're getting a bunch of disrespect. We don't exactly know if we should internalize it and think about changing how these people look at us. If we don't know if we should just get dumbed down by all these people and all their crap. You said, well, if that's happening, maybe we should look at who is around you and the type of people they are. And I'm like, oh, so then what other options do we have? Just type of people who just respect you for no reason, which I don't think is good. That's where I got you. That's where we're at. Bam.
Right.
All right. So, what do you think? I just worded it mint right there.
Yeah,
just be around a bunch of people who respect you for no reason. A bunch of whatever those are. Is that going to help you grow?
No.
All right. So what are you supposed to do?
You're supposed to find
It's a huge conundrum.
Yeah, I know. I agree that, work on communication. You can start with that and say, what is the difference between where I am and where I desire to be, and how do I get there? I don't think that communication is ever a bad answer.
Damn, you copping out now?
Yeah, kind of.
So,
I guess. I don't know, because, I never had that issue.
Well, I guess we'd have to go back to weighing the pros and cons.
Yeah.
What would be the cons of working, I guess this is obvious, we'll label it so. What would be the cons of working really hard to change the perception of these people who are dumping on you? I guess one con would be that maybe it's impossible or it can't be done. What other cons are there?
I don't believe that nothing's impossible.
All right, well, what other cons are there?
The con of working hard to get the respect is the topic?
Well, yeah. Well, you're in an environment, a bunch of people dump on you, disrespect you, treat you like crap. What are the cons of working really hard to try to get them to treat you differently or perceive you differently?
Working as hard as you will to get their respect is the con.
Just haven't put the work in?
Well,
would be the con.
To a degree. I think if you're doing it and it's changing you for the negative, you just end up more frustrated. This isn't going anywhere and whatever. Yeah, that's the con. Because people battle all the time for acceptance.
I mean, I don't know. Because we're trying to figure out what should be the best option, but I'm just going to say, I don't think that'd probably be the best option because I mean, in reality, right, what do those people matter anyways? But I guess if you're going to say, oh, well, it matters about my mental health of me always being people who dump on me.
Yeah.
But
They always belittle me and treat me like less because I can't achieve what they've achieved. What I say in that situation is if you can't pick their brain to get something out of it for yourself, you can actually put into action and change, then they're probably just egotistical. They're problems in themselves.
I got the answer.
Yeah.
The real answer is you just got to toughen up as a person.
Yeah.
If,
I can agree with that.
Yeah, that has to be the answer. You can't spend time, you can't act like not caring or saying you don't care or generally not caring, but still having some sort of, subliminal, subconscious type of emotion behind it when no one's
Right,
around.
because obviously you do care. Like, I'm getting this reaction out of them, they care.
That can't be the option.
Right.
And you can't spend loads of time trying when there's more important things you could be doing and these people potentially don't matter as much as you may think. And you may not change their minds anyways. So the only answer must be in the middle. You just got to be a G and not care.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say that either. Because that goes back to the other side. But it's meant.
In order to be a G and do what you got to do, you communicate with them and say, what's the problem? What's here that's separating you and I, and why?
Well, I think now I know the answer. Because I just said something, but it was exactly to the other side that we said weren't the answers. You would have to have a goal. You'd have to have a goal, a huge goal, and your goal has to be bigger than these people and what they think.
Boom.
Yeah,
I agree with.
That's what it has to be.
That's what it is.
Say, you know what? Maybe my goals aren't big enough.
I'm not dreaming large enough.
Yeah. If how they treat me is this important, well, whatever I'm focused on should be freaking these things will be little ants.
Yeah. I gotta knock their socks off with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gotta be the answer. Oh, they treat me, beat me down or whatever. I'm gonna pick up a log they couldn't move, or I'm gonna push a car further than they thought I could push a car. Like I am to push a vehicle, you know what I'm saying?
I bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the Incredible Hulk to the situation and tell them their ants.
Alright, I got another. Let's see what I have next.
Yeah.
Anger.
Dream bigger, kid. I believe anger is go. Anger is a short-term emotion that can sometimes be pent up and it comes off aggressive. There's a difference in anger and aggression. Aggression is whenever your anger is just being suppressed too much.
Okay.
Push it down. Nobody's gonna hear me, nobody cares, nobody whatever. Treats me like I wanna be treated. So now it's aggression. Now, this dude, he keeps treating me this way, I'm just gonna sock him in the mouth one time and show him what it is. And it's like, well, now your anger turned into aggression. Your anger came out of non-acceptance.
It's funny that...
If we're going to go off the old topic, got me spitting balls over here, literally.
No, it's...
on my chin.
It's funny that you immediately define anger, because my next line... So I said, anger is defined by the story. People don't just say angry. They have to define it.
They say, I'm angry because.
They have to define it.
A situation that they're living in.
They have to define it with the story or what made them angry. I can't just go up to you one day and say, well, no, just say angry.
Oh, yeah.
There's no definition behind that.
Right.
And so I guess it must be all words, huh?
That is all words. But, as you said, I can't just walk up to you and just be like, angry. Well, no. There would have to be some sort of sense of person in there first. I'm angry. And I would say, no, you're not. You're Big Skoom. Like you're not that. That's an emotion you feel for 10 seconds.
That's a good one.
Anytime you think about this one thing for a short period of time, you're going to relate it to, oh yeah, I don't want to think about that. That makes me mad.
That's a good one.
So, no, you're still not defined by your emotion. And that's always gone to in my mind. It's, no, stop calling yourself an emotion. You're not that. Because whenever I think of you, I don't think of an angry person.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where I immediately pop off too. I like to stop people talking off the ledge. People are like, I'm sad. No, you're not. The situation you're in might be sad. But you're a very positive and optimistic person, so how can you be so sad? It's finding a better balance in this.
It's crazy because words can always be like flipped and no one's ever right just because of how you could contextually move words around.
Absolutely.
Because one thing you said seems wrong. Like we're not defined by our emotion, but like for sure, if you were to define me, you potentially say, "Oh, Isaiah's a happy person."
Yeah.
Like that's who I am.
I think
I am defined by happy in that emotion.
Boom.
But
And even if you were, let's say 10% out of the time where we are together, you're aggressive, I wouldn't say, oh, that's an aggressive person. I would say he's misunderstood. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, maybe you have one of those friends that are just always putting their hands on you, shaking you and stuff. I'm not that kind of friend, but some of us have friends that are like that.
I don't like people like that.
Right, me either. I like, if you're gonna talk with your hands, I get that. But if you're whatever, rowdy or whatever, I don't think that's aggressive. I think you're misunderstood still. Like,
I wonder why some people are like that. I mean, I guess it's a positive thing typically.
that could be.
I'm kind of a bigger guy, so yeah, people always like to put their hands on me and be like, oh, get over here, man. Like, rough me up. Rough me up. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like, oh man, personal space, dude.
Yeah.
But
Some people don't think personal space is a real thing, but it really is. Like, they'll come up to me and try to give me a hug.
well, I guess for them it must be just. I'm sure, yeah. They feel super close.
Just so the viewers know, if you ever see me in person, give me a fist bump. I don't be doing all the dapping and handshakes, okay? And I definitely don't want a hug. I don't even get hugs from my family. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, no, I don't like that. I like personal space.
Okay.
I can't breathe.
Yeah, right.
And I trip.
Yeah. So anger, yeah, must be defined by a story. I have to explain to you.
Yeah.
I got to contextualize anger.
And it's only about that one topic that makes you feel this way. Like, to me, somebody that is I can't really say it, but someone that just brings every topic back down to one thing, it's like, okay, but you're not willing to listen to my side of this, and we can get past or agree on this one thing just because you say, I don't want to outwardly agree with you, but you're going to mention the same simulacrums that I did. It's annoying. It's frustrating. That makes me angry sometimes. If it goes far enough, it makes me angry.
You said simulacrums?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fighting. The word simile, just
I know
a
simile.
little more intellectual respect. So,
Okay.
yeah.
What makes you angry? What other type of things make you angry?
It's usually just like simple stuff. Like,
I usually don't see you angry.
right. Because, well, you and I don't have discussions like this, but check this out. Whenever someone's telling me how I'm feeling, that makes me angry. That's a hot button. Don't do it.
Hey guys, I got a good one. We're gonna get back to that. That actually made me laugh. That was a genuine laugh. Here's a good
That's
one.
a genuine statement. Don't tell me how I'm feeling. You don't know.
That's funny. So, and I have a good one for that, guys. I have a really good one for that. It's from a book. It's a great book. One of my favorite. It's actually my favorite book. Never Split the Difference. It's my favorite book.
Okay.
It's really good. It's about negotiation.
Oh.
The reason why it's my favorite is because there's so much utility in it. Like, you could use it like a freaking fork and a spoon. You could use it to eat. You can do it for everything. So that's actually one of my favorite things to do is label people and their emotion. So here's how you do it. And there's a reason why you would do it from the book explains, but here's how you do it. You know, hey, Tyler, it seems like, and you say, it seems like.
Yeah.
Or I say, hey, Tyler, it sounds like, it seems like, you know, it seems like you're kind of aggravated right now because I'm labeling you. And you'd be like, dude, don't tell me how I'm feeling. I'd be like, whoa, Tyler, I'm just telling you how it seems.
Yeah.
So that's a way where you can do it. And you know, I love doing it because you just fall in that. I'm like, oh, no, I'm telling you how it seems.
Good.
I'm saying how it seems.
Good. Because, I say good because this is the way him and I construct, right? It's like he comes and says that, and I say, what gives you that impression, right? That would be the best way to follow this up. If you're going to have a cognitive conversation together, and then,
that'd be a good question.
Right. Oh, what gives you that impression? And he says, well,
I'd be honest with you.
You're short-tempered or dismissive or whatever I might be doing at that time. And I say, okay,
I've never seen you angry.
let's try
Isn't that
to,
crazy?
right?
I don't think so.
Let's try to figure out where these emotions might be coming from. What'd you eat today? And then he starts asking me a whole bunch of personal questions about how my day's been in the last 2 hours. I'm like, now I'm annoyed because he's asking me all these stupid questions. But that would be the best way to have this conversation of, it seems you're acting this way. Then I say, what would give you that impression? Then he says, what gives me that impression? Maybe my short temper or whatever. And then we go from there. Unpack it. Everybody's emotions is like a filing cabinet in their head. It's all in a manila envelope. You just got to find out where the label is and look through it. Okay, normally you do this, this, and this on a normal day. Did you do it normally here? Okay, this is maybe what's missing. Go have your cigar and chill out. You know, maybe even a cup of coffee. Cheers.
What's up, Skoom Nation? We had a little bit of lost footage in this video. Basically, me and Tyler are jumping around, and for some reason, we start talking about his childhood. And I'm like, hey, do you feel like you were an angry child? And then we kind of start bracketing it with numbers. That's basically where we're at. Back to the video, Skoom Nation. Thank you.
I would say something like, well, I guess I probably would use a number. I'd probably say,
Right.
I'm probably
Because
like,
humans
I'm probably like,
mostly relate to something.
I'm probably like 40% hungry. In 2 hours, I'll be like 60% hungry, and that's
Right,
super
and
hungry.
there's numbers here. He said in 2 hours,
Yeah.
the number,
Yeah.
numerology.
All right,
figure
so
will change.
let's bring it back to that then.
Okay,
So
boom.
then, yeah.
So around the age of a teenager,
No. Use the number. So you
okay, 0 through 10.
You already said 4. You're
Right.
around a 4.
Right, 0 to 10,
Where would you
10 being the most
quantify-
angry.
Where would you quantify being angry? At what?
Oh, definitely for me,
Yeah.
probably like a 6 or 7.
6 or 7. All right. So
about a 4. No, I would like.
So as in your childhood, what would have had to have happened to gotten you to a 6 or 7? And if you
People talking crazy.
did that happen?
Oh yeah.
Well, then
Dude, I
you were an
grew up
angry
with
child.
Yeah, so I grew up with
Yeah.
2 sisters.
Boom.
I was always mad.
Boom.
Matter of fact.
So you were an angry child. So I'm right about that.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, right? We all know how the subconscious works. She's always watching. Yeah, she's a she, right? Probably, right? Well, she is technically a she, because she has to deal with, chaos and unknown and yin and yang.
Yeah.
So she's always watching you, right? And dude, I'm right. I hit it on the head. I knew him right. So again, right? The subconscious is watching you, and here's what it thinks, dude. Here's what it thinks. It took all to think it. But basically, it's like, man, like, I was angry for a long time. I wasted a lot of time being angry. Like, you get older, you start having fun.
Yeah.
You start learning more about how you can suppress these feelings and not have them.
Yeah.
So then the subconscious now thinks, again, man, like, I wasted so much time being angry. Like, I spent 70% of my childhood being angry when I could have just been happy in this way that I am now 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So now it makes that decision.
Maturity.
You know what?
Maturity.
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my little bit of time on Earth being angry. So one was right. Boom.
Yeah.
So I was right on 2 points. Yeah.
Good school.
Man. So interesting. So
Very.
and there was someplace I wanted to go with that. That's why we're gonna get paper next time. But this is interesting. So, yeah. So because of that, you don't want to be angry anymore.
Yeah. I could definitely agree.
What's that like? I guess it started hard and now it's become easy, or it's still hard, or it just depends on how annoying the situation is?
Yeah, I guess I could definitely say that one thing I don't like to admit is it depends on who I'm dealing with. Certain people I give more leniency than others.
What does that mean?
Well, expectations.
Like before you get angry?
No,
I don't know what you mean.
No, just in general. There's certain people I'm willing to have more patience with, and then certain people I have less patience with.
Why is that bad?
That's bad because that's expectations.
Isn't that fair and exactly how the world should be?
No.
You shouldn't have expectations?
No.
What do you mean?
Having expectations is what gives you the ability to be let down. And nobody likes being let down, so how you avoid being let down is avoid expectations.
Yeah, it's so interesting, because it's interesting. I'm sure I probably should have knew that you were something like that, but I don't like people who think like that. What do you mean you shouldn't have expectations? Yeah, and so many people say that, and here's one way I hear it a lot.
Okay.
It's like, oh, you go out with a girl, you shouldn't have any expectations. I'm sure you've heard that.
Oh.
You agree with that too, probably, right?
I'm sure when it says that. Yeah.
What are you doing? I just think that's, I don't know. I hope that doesn't make me narcissistic or something, but like, I'm not relating it just to a woman, but like,
Right.
What the frig? I should have expectations. Then why do it? Why do anything? Why not just sit on my cheeks all day and collect spiders on my head?
You ever had one of those cigars that's just clogged real bad?
No.
And you have an expectation of, man, I can't wait to smoke this thing, and it's going to be a dope down, be blowing big puff clouds on the stoplights. Then that thing's clogged, and then you get...
This is mental freaking Aikido, because either way, you still had that expectation that it was going to be a mint cigar.
Right.
You can't. People can't act like they can separate from their expectations.
So then what?
They can't.
So then what? You just live completely let down all the time? My ice wasn't as cold as I wanted it to be?
If you want to move, like if you want to do, like actually literally move, you wouldn't move. It goes back to goals. You have to have a goal. You have to have an expectation.
I walk through the house and I expect not to stub my toe on something. Now my day is ruined if I do.
Say that again?
I walk through my house and I expect not to stub my toe. Your expectation. And then boom, you stub your toe, and now your day is ruined. You should just go back to bed because one of your expectations was off.
I mean, pretty extreme there.
I don't know, stubbing your toe is not that bad. I mean, I could have said something way more extreme.
Well, you actually helped me out figure out why I like dislike this, because the main reason why I dislike it is because, and I'm not coming at you, and I didn't even really like categorize and conflate you into this type of thinking, but now that we established it, but I don't mean you. But the reason why I dislike this is because those people who say, "Oh, don't have expectations," they act like they can what's the word? Dissociate. Act like they can dissociate from having expectations, like they live their life that they don't have expectations. Yeah. It's not possible. It's not possible. If they're like, don't have expectations, like they're saying that as if they don't have any.
Yeah.
Like, you expected me to hear you say that. Like, what do you mean you don't have expectations? Like, it's just, it's silly.
Well, I think that whenever you say not to have expectations, it's just avoiding being let down.
Okay.
That's what I would boil it back down to. Is like, oh, well, it is what it is.
But
that's where I boil everything down to, in my mind, is it's either pointless,
but it's still,
or it is what it is.
But it's still silly because...
It could be, yeah.
Well, no, it is because you're still going to have expectations and still be let down.
Absolutely.
So
I have an expectation to start my car tomorrow when the battery's not dead, so I jump in and just go. But my expectations take it away as soon as I jump in and click, and then my car doesn't start.
I would think
then your whole day is ruined.
Well, I think people should lean into the opposite. And I'm obviously an extreme person. You're not as extreme. Yeah, but you probably know where I'm going with this.
Yeah,
you know.
I expect the best out of everything.
Well, yeah. If I'm gonna have expectations no matter what, I might as well freaking jump head first into that video. I'm gonna have stupid expectations. Because I can't avoid them.
Right. But then
so I might as well just.
If one thing lets you
get
huge
down on that side,
are you somebody that's like, oh, well, now this is completely pointless, and I expected this one thing. I expected her to bring me, I don't know, a Diet Coke with extra ice, and I got a Diet Coke with no ice, so now it's a warm thing. So your expectation of getting a nice, cold, crisp soda is now gone. Would that ruin your day, or would you just be like, it is what it is, I'm thankful I have at least this?
Well, for me,
because that's a good way.
Well, for me, it goes back to like I said, I'm super extreme. You know, generally speaking, people are more, you know, whatever the word is, more well balanced and potentially just more healthy and regulating. I wouldn't say emotion, but just regulating like thought processes or whatever. Like for me in that situation, like most people like that's pretty normal or like healthy to think. Like, all right, I'm gonna look at this soda. Like you got let down by the soda. Yeah, I got let down by the soda. I'm going to just look at the soda, take it at surface level. Yeah. And since I'm doing that, it's just a soda. There's no reason to get mad about the soda. Be super excited about a soda. It's just a soda.
It's just a soda.
For me, I just like literally the first thing that popped in my mind was like, all right, well now I just gotta start expecting more crap.
Well, based on the soda idea, the most optimistic way to look at that is, well, at least I have this soda. I can bring it home, put it in my freezer, and in 45 minutes I'll have a cold soda. Yeah. So that's the best way to fix a crummy situation. And I think living life on that scale is good. Like, okay, well, at least I have this one thing, and I can make it better. Yeah. Oh, I have this friend, and we don't always agree on the same things, but he's always fun to be around and hang out with, so I still have a good friend, even though we don't agree on everything.
Here's what I do with the soda thing, because that's super healthy, just super normal. I would totally disregard the soda. Yeah. Definitely wouldn't care. I'd be slightly let down, but I wouldn't care. Right. And now I'm thinking, all right, well, now my soda let me down slightly, but I ordered pizza and I'm expecting the best pizza. I'm just expecting the next thing.
The next best thing.
I'm just chasing expectations, which, potentially always getting you let down.
Yeah,
But
that's sad.
maybe I should focus more. Yeah, maybe I should focus more on the moment and like, hey, well, the soda wasn't what I wanted, but like that's more reflecting. Like,
Yeah,
maybe I
that's
should
more
be more
reflective.
reflective and mindful and conscientious and be like,
Or, well, now I do have this thing. How do I make it better? Like, say your pizza
okay,
gets
yeah, I
there.
wouldn't even think like that.
Right,
Like,
so-
what's that soda? Like,
say-
I'm trying to expect something mint right now. I'm trying to expect the best phone call ever. Like,
Right.
just a whole bunch of random
Say
stuff.
your pizza does get there, and then it's like bland and non-flavored. So you take it. I got seasonings. You doctor that thing up to your own expectations.
Okay,
Because
that's a good.
if you ever want something done right, you do it yourself. We've heard this forever. So that could be the best way to put yourself into a control situation of every aspect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's smart.
that's a better way.
That's
to do
super smart.
it. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we
I
were
can start
able
doing
to.
that. That's
I'm
pretty
glad
smart.
we were able to rebuttal that because I agree. I mean,
Maybe help me out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Because just disregarding expectations at all can't be healthy, and you can't do it with all situations. But usually I do, and I just avoid frustration because I'm like, well, I shouldn't have expected too much out of you because you've let me down before, and that's not very healthy. Just saying, well, 5 years ago, so and so let me down because I asked them to handle a errand for me and I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Well, 5 years later, they contact me and say, hey, can I handle something for you? And I say, yeah, sure, try this. Or I can say, well, 5 years ago, I had you handle something for me, and how'd that go? And now we're just stuck. Yeah. That's very toxic.
What you help me with is I should just like I just quickly want to disregard things because like even if my expectation got met or not, I would still just disregard it and start expecting more crap,
Yeah,
and
right.
that's not good.
My birthday came, I got no gift. So, well, I got birthday next year.
Yeah, so that's good, and I guess it'd be pretty good to problem solve more and stuff too.
Yeah, I think so. I think that you
See
can
my next topic.
put it to work the best way you can, and then you can work on it and get better at it, as always.
Ready for my next topic thing?
Yeah, sure.
What do you think when I say the word chaos?
New York City.
Oh, alright.
It's always crazy. Where do you go and hear the most amount of police sirens, and that is chaos?
What does that say? When do you go to New York?
I haven't been in a long time. Actually, I have a friend that just came back from New York, though.
Oh, really?
And yeah, he was taking pictures and sending them to me next to cop cars. And it's so funny because I was like, what is one city where you find the most cop cars just everywhere?
Yeah.
New York City. And that's why I thought of that, because I thought of chaos. Every time I see something on the news, there's cop cars everywhere in New York. Chaos is just the opposite of order.
What's another thing you think of when you say the word chaos?
The opposite of order.
All right, one more thing.
A child with no parents.
Damn. Okay.
Complete disregard for society.
Super interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think of when I say the word unknown?
Unknown.
Yeah.
Oh, unlimited possibilities.
And that would be the same as chaos, right? Probably. Well, I guess definitely. New York's a
Yeah,
possibility.
Yeah, right? Holy smokes.
Cool. That's pretty interesting.
What's that dude's name? It was Epstein. He was.
Yeah.
He came out of New York.
Yep, it's true.
Unlimited unknowns.
Yeah, right.
Where is he now? Nobody still knows.
Apparently he killed himself or something.
Apparently.
When I think
I
of
think he's in the same place as Tupac Shakur and Midwood. They're all hidden.
Cuba. When I think of those two things, I think of adventure and like.
You hear the word chaos and you think of adventure?
Yeah.
New York is definitely an adventure.
It sounds like something to jump into, man.
I would agree. I do agree. I could tend to agree. I don't know, if you said, let's go on a road trip, and I said, okay, what's the expectation? And you said chaos. I'd probably say, no, man, I'm going to stay home.
Chaos. That'd be pretty interesting.
Right? Like,
I'd probably say, who knows?
well, who knows is just as well as the unlimited unknown.
Yeah.
Or, well, I don't know. I mean, you could sell me on the unknown idea because I would say unlimited possibilities.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
All right, my dude. That's all I had written for today. Let's wrap this one up.
All right. Well, this has been Tyler John the Don,
I am Big Skoom.
and this has been
Skoom Speech.